Championship action from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Civic Arena with one of the wildest battles of monster trucks ever unleashed. One of the most unique machines in all of monster truck racing today in the United States Hot Rod Association circuit. From Tampa, Florida, this is Kevin Dabney, the 29-year-old young man who has created Alien. Believe it or not, this is no Ford or no Chevrolet. It's a 1986 Nissan King Cab. Believe it or not, it is a rear engine. You can see the engine back in the bed there, Shelley. And that's no monster-motored Ford or Chevy power plant. It's a 380 cubic inch small block Chevy.
Well, tell me how that will help or hurt him.
I'll tell you, with a small block Chevrolet, it puts a lot of strain on the drivetrain, but it is supercharged. He's the starting line, unbelievably hard hit. And Dabney makes the turn. Both wheels almost locked. Now tries to straighten it out and almost hits the cars.
Can he make it? Yes, he's gone over.
A great run. Great run for Kevin Dabney. Tell you, that little small block Chevrolet on that thing is truly unbelievable. But there's no question, Shelley, that was the hardest hit we've seen anybody take so far. When he hit those cars here on the replay, it was incredible.
I think he got the height that he'd hoped for because he just sailed over that.
This truck is substantially lighter than some of the other ones out there, only about 15,000 pounds, and actually when it is airborne, it is capable of covering a greater distance than some of the heavier trucks. So that was a hard landing, too. The elapsed time, believe it or not, the mark to beat was the Black Stallion Ford's 20.50 second run. The Alien of Kevin Dabney runs 20.60, a tenth of a second behind. Unbelievable.
Here it is, the monster truck you've all been waiting for, Bigfoot.
This is the one everybody comes to see, and indeed, still the reigning king of the monster truck world. I'll tell you, Shelley, there's no question this truck has had some competition come up through the ranks in the last few weeks. In the preliminaries, as we pointed out, Freddie Schaefer in the Barefoot Chevrolet was right on Bigfoot's tail. Here's the green flag for the most famous Ford in the world. The official hit for Kenny Kelling. The driver lands hard now, makes the turn beautifully.
He made the turn with the greatest of ease.
Second hit, nice and hard, singing the motor. Bigfoot crosses the finish line on a phenomenal ride. And Kelly, a little bit of smoke out from the carburetors there. You can see as the hood comes up. The crews are down there. Let's see if we can check out the damage here. Now just a little bit of smoke from the back of the engine. They had that problem with the valve cover gasket during preliminaries. And indeed, that may just be a recurring problem. Nothing serious, no fire extinguishers needed. Look at the hit on the slow-mo replay. Straight up in the air and landing with the traditional Bigfoot crunch. Kenny Kelling behind the wheel has taken a beating, Shelley. The elapsed time, the quickest of the first round, 18.42 seconds for Kenny Kelling in the Bigfoot Ford. That will put him in the lead. The Barefoot Chevrolet of Freddie Schaefer is back on the starting line after declining his first run around the track, which was actually only 0.08 of a second slower than Bigfoot. Freddie Schaefer has said, I'll come back and do even better. Here's his chance to do just that.
You know, a lot of people name their trucks after their loved ones, and I think that Fred's named them after two loved ones that nobody would argue with. His two black bears named Sugar and Spice.
Right. He's relining the truck up in the starting line, but yes, it's very true. That's where the name of this truck came from. When he built his very first Chevrolet monster truck, he actually used to carry the two black bears, Sugar and Spice, around in the bed of the truck. It was incredibly popular, and he still has them on his property in Granite City, Illinois, on the eastern shores of the Mississippi across from St. Louis. Freddie Schaefer is taking his time lining this truck up. It is obvious, Shelley, that he wants the perfect line at these first hit of cars, or first line of cars, I should say. He wants to waste no time in getting over them.
Well, there's the green.
Way up in the air. Schaefer lands hard, makes the turn awfully tight, too tight, and skids it out in the first round. Schaefer heads for the car sideways in the air. And almost he is in the mud pit. I don't believe it.
I can't believe it. He's keeping it moving. He's getting out of it. And there he crosses the finish line.
But there's a classic example, Shelley, of a situation where Freddie said he would not accept his first pull, which was only 0.08 of a second slower than Bigfoot's best, and then came back and will now have to accept an obviously slower time. So Bigfoot takes the first round. Look at this sideways hit over the second set of cars, Shelley.
Well, you just see it head right for the bog, and there's nothing he can do about it because those front wheels are off the ground.
That's right. You can't steer when the front end's 15 feet in the air. Here's the elapsed time, 28.17 seconds. I tell you, we got some brave officials out there, don't we? Those guys just stand there and watch. They
I
don't
don't
care.
think they had a choice.
Well, with Freddie Schaefer already out of the picture, at least in the first round of time run action, the one and only Bigfoot will go into the final round. And now as we start the second round of competition, everybody but Bigfoot will have a chance to grab the lowest elapsed time in this round and move to that final championship bout with the big blue Ford from St. Louis. Jesse Berg from Wyoming, Michigan with his brand new plan for Keith Chevrolet up for his second run. Carbureted gas-burning Chevy takes a hard hit on the first set of cars. Swinging around with a 15-foot turning radius. Underneath that 12-foot wide Chevrolet, the 17,000-pound machine bounces all over the place, gets back in the throttle and crosses the finish line. Still, this young man in his first ever national event, Shelley, is one of the strongest you'll ever see. You can see him stepping out to the applause of the crowd now.
Yeah, take a bow.
A great guy, just for Keith, playing for Keith.
On the second set of cars here in the slow motion replay, you can see the machine completely airborne, but it landed a little short of the last car, and that caused this wild bounce, Shelley.
Ooh, look at him go over.
I'll tell you, the elapsed time, 19.38 seconds, is